Welcome back to the Decor channel, your cozy corner for all things home garden. Today's video is all about bringing timeless charm to your outdoor spaces with vintage-inspired designs that transform even the smallest garden into a blooming sanctuary. Whether you're starting from scratch or just want to add some nostalgic flair, you're in the right place. If you love the scent of old books, weathered wood, and the sound of bees buzzing around heirloom roses, you're going to adore today's inspiration. We'll be exploring 17 stunning ways to mix antique aesthetics with modern small garden practicality. These ideas are budget-friendly, DIY-friendly, and heartwarming. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the Decor channel, hit that like button, and leave a comment below telling us which look you'd love to try in your garden. We love hearing from you and it helps our gardening community bloom even more. Nothing says vintage like weathered wood. Whether it's a salvaged fence, reclaimed barn door, or old crates, aged timber brings instant rustic charm to your garden. Consider lining a pathway or creating vertical garden walls from old pallets. These materials not only add texture but also tell a story. Each crack and stain whispers tales of the past. Let nature continue the aging process with moss, vines, and creeping ivy to make it all feel more organic. Try mixing weathered wood with wrought iron for a stunning old-world contrast. A simple wooden bench paired with an antique iron trellis can turn any corner of your garden into a romantic escape. Old metal watering cans, enamel bowls, and ceramic jugs make perfect planters for your favorite blooms. Scour flea markets and thrift stores to find one-of-a-kind containers. These containers bring an element of surprise and creativity to your small garden. You can group them together for a collected look or spread them throughout to create charming focal points. Don't forget to drill drainage holes if needed. Add trailing plants like creeping jenny or lobelia to spill over the edges for a dreamy, lived-in look. Old garden tools aren't just functional, they're beautiful in their simplicity. Hang rusty spades, trowels, and rakes on an exterior wall for instant farmhouse charm. You can also cluster tools in vintage buckets or mount them on wooden boards to create garden-themed art. They're patina and will only add to the aesthetic. This kind of display evokes nostalgia and can become a great conversation starter. Bonus points if they're family heirlooms or sourced from your local antique shop. Create cozy hideaways in your small garden with vintage-inspired seating. Think wrought iron bistro sets, wooden rocking chairs, or a chippy painted bench under a tree. Add lace pillows or hand-stitched cushions for that cottagecore vibe. Use soft lighting like fairy lights or a lantern to set a romantic, timeless mood. Tuck these nooks among tall plants or behind a trellis for privacy. A small corner suddenly becomes your favorite morning coffee or sunset wine spot. Old window frames and doors can be transformed into whimsical garden features. Use them as backdrops for planters or standalone pieces of art. They work beautifully as garden dividers too, especially in small spaces where you want to create zones without blocking light. Paint them in soft pastels for a shabby chic finish. Or leave them raw and distressed to let the natural aging show. Decorate with climbing plants like clematis or sweet peas to blend structure with bloom. Delicate teacups, saucers, and soup tureens make absolutely charming planters for succulents and herbs. Mix patterns and colors for a quirky, personalized look. They're perfect for small gardens, balconies, or even windowsills. Use them to create a mini garden on a tray or table. Just be sure to add pebbles at the bottom to help with drainage. You'll never look at your grandmother's china cabinet the same way again. Chalkboards, metal plaques, and hand-painted wooden signs add charm and character. Label your herbs, welcome guests, or write whimsical quotes in flowy script. Signs can hang from fences, sit on stakes, or even be leaned against planters. Look for distressed finishes, old fonts, and botanical illustrations for extra flair. Creating your own. Use stencils, white paint, and a little sanding to age the edges. Personalize them for a truly unique garden touch. What better way to embrace vintage than by growing plants from another era? Heirloom varieties like hollyhocks, foxgloves, and lavender are visually stunning and rich in history. Many of these plants are low maintenance and attract pollinators like bees and butterflies. It's a win-win for both beauty and biodiversity. Try sourcing heritage seeds from local growers or seed exchanges. Your garden will not only look vintage, it will grow from roots steeped in tradition. Old ladders, ironing boards, or even typewriters can be upcycled into creative garden furniture or displays. Think outside the box. Use ladders as plant stands or shelving. Turn an old chair into a planter by cutting out the seat and inserting a flower pot. These pieces add a sense of story and surprise to your garden. Imperfection is not only okay, it's perfect. Galvanized tubs, tin buckets, and metal watering cans are quintessential vintage garden elements. They bring an industrial farmhouse flair. Use them as planters, storage, or even tiny ponds. Group them in threes for balance and visual interest. A bit of rust is welcome, it adds character. Don't worry about polishing things to perfection. Embrace the patina. Elegant, curvy ironwork instantly invokes the feeling of old European gardens. A vintage-style trellis adds both structure and romance. Use them for climbing roses, jasmine, or peas. Even without plants, they offer visual height and a sense of nostalgia. You can find these at estate sales or even repurpose old bed headboards. The curves and scrolls are timeless. Display antique books or botanical prints in covered garden spaces. Use glass cloches or weather-safe frames to protect them. They add a scholarly, magical touch, like you've stepped into a Victorian garden library. Botanical illustrations are also great for decorating potting sheds or patio walls. Look for 19th century style drawings of plants and insects. Introduce softness with vintage linens. Drape lace runners on tables, use floral fabric as shade covers, or hang embroidered napkins as garden bunting. These little touches can transform a basic patio into an enchanting vintage tea garden. Stick to natural fibers like cotton and linen. And if the weather turns, just bring them inside. Simple as that. Swap out modern solar lights for vintage lanterns or string lights with Edison bulbs. The warm glow is both romantic and nostalgic. Hang lanterns from shepherd's hooks or tree branches. You can also cluster them on a garden table for cozy evening gatherings. Mix in candles or oil lamps when hosting, just be mindful of safety. The right lighting can completely change the garden's mood. Small gardens benefit from mirrors, which reflect light and make the space feel larger. Choose vintage frames for a whimsical twist. Use ornate gold frames or chipped wooden ones for that imperfect perfection. Mount them on fences or garden walls. You can also repurpose empty frames as plant trellises or wall art. Layering adds depth and vintage drama. There you have it, 17 dreamy, vintage-inspired ideas to transform your small garden into a timeless haven. Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Remember, you don't need a huge yard or a big budget to create something beautiful. With a bit of creativity and a love for the past, your garden can bloom with soul and story. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the Decor channel, like this video, and leave a comment to join our gardening family. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time in the garden.